Good morning, friends, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday on the beach. We are on our yearly family beach trip right now, so just chat with you. I'll sit in here. I'll turn you around so you can see what I'm looking at. It is a foggy morning. Thankfully, though, there's not very much wind. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be out here filming because it would be impossible to hear me. But hopefully, the sound of the ocean is not too incredibly loud. So it's just going to be a chat today. Talk to you about my doctor's appointment last week, like I told you I was having, and then kind of how I'm doing here on vacation, and just a little catch-up chat to let you know how I'm doing. So I had my appointment with my doctor, and that went great. She's totally on board with my SIBO protocol and everything. She knew all about Dr. Allison Seebecker. She said all the supplements that I was using are ones that she likes and very good. She said, just do that, go for it. So that's all good. She did also agree about the low dose naltrexone that I talked to you about a couple Wellness Wednesdays ago, that I was interested in trying out, of course, depending on her view of it and if she thought it was a good fit. And she did. And she said she's actually taken it herself in the past. And so she had a lot of experience with it. And that was all good. So I am on that now. It's the kind of medication where you have to really slowly increase the amount that you take because it can affect your sleep and give you vivid dreams, I guess. So I have been slowly going up in my dose. So far, I have not had any issues with sleep. So that's really good. I'll be really interested to see how taking that affects my inflammation numbers, like my HSCRP, and then of course, how I feel as far as inflammation. And also, I'm really interested to see if it helps with my ANA going down. I would really like to see my ANA go down, which is the autoimmune marker that I have that's higher than I'd like it to be. So all good on that front. I'm just still doing my supplements every day like I need to. And so I told you previously that when you do the herbal antibiotic supplements to kill the SIBO in the small intestine, you don't want to at the same time be starving them of food, and the food that they eat is fermentable carbohydrates. And so it was a bad idea to try to go on some kind of a carnivore diet or really strict no fiber diet and do the herbal antibiotics at the same time. So I have been eating more vegetables and stuff like the keto bars that I showed you a couple videos ago. They have erythritol in them. That's another, fermentable type carbohydrate that's bad for SIBO, but it's the kind of thing that if you are trying to kill it, you want to be feeding the SIBO a little bit of that kind of thing that actually gives you symptoms so that it's alive and ready to be killed. If it goes dormant, it's harder to kill. So I've been eating like the keto bars with the erythritol, and they have almonds and coconut and other things that aren't typically a part of my diet. I've been eating more salads. And then so all of that, like the idea that I need to have a little bit more of this stuff in my diet than normal, plus being on vacation, it's kind of like given me license to eat more things than I had been previously, or more variety, or more amount of certain things, plus more variety of things. And so that definitely caught up to me. There was one night where I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. So, and like, I was just having digestive problems. I was like, okay, I gotta rein it in. Basically, what I've heard is a good way to go is to eat as much of the fermentable carbohydrate foods that you can while keeping your symptoms under control. So I got to the point where my symptoms were not under control. So now I kind of know my limit, and I'm going to try to not go beyond that again. But besides that, I've been really doing well on the supplements. I've been taking them consistently, and I haven't had any major reactions to the supplements themselves. I seem to tolerate all the stuff I'm taking well. So that is a positive thing. And now it's just kind of a waiting game. Just continue to do it, and then the real test will be when I get the lactulose breath test done again to see, if my numbers go down or not. So that will be very interesting, but that will be probably still 4 weeks away. I think I've been on the supplements for about 2 weeks now, and then I'm supposed to do a total of 6 weeks. And so I will try to get a test, somewhere after that, within the first 2 weeks after finishing treatment. And then after that, after the treatment is when I will be doing more of a carnivore type diet, just to keep the symptoms from coming back. And it's one of those preventative things you can do. Obviously, if you're not eating the food for the SIBO, it's not going to feed it. And so it helps it to not come back. So I will be, pulling things back even more at that point and doing something more carnivore-ish. And then also with the retest, I will have to see where I'm at as far as my numbers and if I need to do another round of the herbal antibiotics or not. And I'm still debating, like, if I get my numbers back and they are still higher than I want them to be, which they probably will because of how high they started. There's a average amount of parts per million that you're supposed to go down per round of herbal antibiotics, and mine was high enough that I expect I will need 2 rounds, but we will wait and see. And I'm considering that if, after I get retested, if my numbers are, still high, needing to do another round, maybe at that point I will do some kind of a strict carnivore experiment for a month or 6 weeks or so, and then see what that does to my numbers, because I think that would be really interesting. And I didn't do that initially, and I wanted to kind of clarify this because a lot of people said it would just be so easy to do a strict carnivore diet for 6 weeks or 2 months or whatever, and that would just be so easy. Why would you go through all of these supplements and go that route when carnivore would be so easy? So the answer to that is there's a few reasons. The first and the main reason is that my body has been in a place where I have not been able to get the nutrition from the food that I eat, because of, the iron deficiency and the SIBO. Like, I just have not been able to get the nutrition that I need from just food. And it was really eye-opening to me when I took the athletic greens. The benefit I received from it was so dramatic. It kind of opened my eyes that I needed something a little more targeted than just eating meat. I'm still eating lots of meat. I'm also supplementing with a Whole Foods blood and iron supplement that has organs in it. So I'm doing all of those things as well. But I got so much benefit from taking the athletic greens that, and I think it was because I'm not digesting or not absorbing my nutrients well. And so I needed that super absorbable, hit of nutrition in the morning. And that has been so good for me. I wouldn't want to give that up in order to do a carnivore experiment for however long, because I already knew that I wasn't absorbing the nutrition from the meat I was eating, or at least not enough of it or all of it. And so in order to do that carnivore experiment, I would have to get rid of that athletic greens and other supplements that I've been taking that are not carnivore. And I felt like my body wasn't ready to do that. Like, once I get to the point where I'm absorbing nutrition from food better, then I feel like that would be a better choice. But for now, I feel like I really need that super absorbable, drinkable hit of all of the nutrients that I need there in the morning, that my body has responded so well to. And until I'm comfortable with where my nutrition levels are in my body, I'm not going to go to a more extreme diet. Because I wasn't absorbing the nutrition from that food anyway. It's not that food is not healthy or doesn't have nutrition in it. It's just my body was not absorbing the nutrition. So working on getting my body to the place where it can absorb all that healthy food all that healthy nutrition from meat, and then maybe doing a carnivore diet to rid the last bit of the SIBO, maybe that would be a better choice. That's my thought process about it. After feeling so terrible with my nutrient deficiencies, the idea of giving up the things that were giving me life again was not something that I wanted to, a road I wanted to go down. So hope that explains it a little bit. I think that's all for this video. It's going to be a quick one. We are just enjoying our beach trip, having a great time, and I will be putting out more videos of our beach adventures and fun times and what I eat in a day on the beach, on our beach trip, that kind of thing. So you can look forward to more beach videos coming up very soon. And I'm just going to leave it here. I hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you again in the next video.